Alright, and we are ready to go. Oh, Echo doesn't think so. Alright, starting off with a really good rare. This card's very powerful. Yeah, I can't imagine much I would pick over it. It's just so hard to kill, and then if you can get to 7 mana, you just win the game. This would be a fun card to play, but yeah, not really on the same level as this. 2 decent removal spells, but yeah, not worth picking over just a bomb rare. So nothing in green, so we're gonna have to pick up a second color right away here. I found this card to be pretty good in white-black, but I don't know if it'll be as good in white-green. What else do we have here? Reasonable black 2-drop. Yeah, this pack really just doesn't have that much. I think this is probably the highest payoff card, but really we're not committed to anything here yet. This just seems like overall a very weak pack. We'll take this, see if we get the synergy cards to work with that. This rare is just not very good. We're not looking to pick that up. I like both these green cards down here though. This is a lot more flexible, but I think the Wolf Strike's slightly better. No real signals that anything in particular is open yet. Some okay white cards here that we could pick up, but I think we want to stick in green because we're definitely going to want to play this, and we're not committed to white by any means here. I think I'll take the Weaver just to stay as open as possible and allow for a potential splash. I think Wolf Strike's very good, but you really want to have werewolves to make use of it. Otherwise, it's not getting the 2 power makes the card quite a bit worse. So I think we'll take the Weaver of Blossoms and see where we end up. So another one of this. But otherwise, we have a couple reasonable black cards here. Although I think the green-black archetype's not terribly powerful. We have a good blue card. Our green options are relatively weak. They're just sort of small filler creatures that we can replace with really any other 2-drop. So I don't think it's probably worth picking up the green cards here. We could take this to stay in white. Otherwise, we could take Grisly Ritual, since I think it's the best card in the pack, and if we need to, we can always splash it off the Weaver and potentially some other things. So I think Grisly Ritual is probably the pick here. Looking to either go into black or splash it potentially. So we've got another ritual here. The rare again is not very powerful. Fierce Retribution is another very good removal spell. I think these two are fairly similar. I think the Retribution is slightly better. So either of these colors could reasonably be open after seeing these. A green again is fairly weak. There's several red cards, but they're pretty medium. This is a pretty reasonable blue card, but you don't want to end up with too many of them usually. Just because if you have too many, and it's really archetype specific. So I think we're gonna take the Fierce Retribution, and then we're still trying to figure out exactly what colors we're in. The two outfit equipments just really aren't very good. So we're gonna be ignoring that. I mean, there's a decent blue card in here, but we haven't seen that much from blue yet, I don't think. There's an okay green card, which we might just take because we want to be in green, but it doesn't look like green's been terribly open. But really, neither has blue from what we've seen, and this card goes late fairly often anyway. I think we'll take the Massive Might, and we're not really giving up on much. So we're seeing several good white cards in the pack. Both of these are reasonable picks. This card's fine in green-blue, but I think it's pretty bad most other places if you're not really looking to mill your deck. Blood Fountain's pretty reasonable, but I think the fact that there are 2 really good white cards is really good for us. I think we're gonna take the Piercing Light. When in doubt, you just pick the removal spell. So I'm thinking white's probably open enough for us. Yeah, 3 more white cards here again. None of them are terribly good. Like, they're all fine. But the fact that we're seeing 3 of them in the pack, I think, is a good sign. It's a reasonable blue card here. Reasonable red 2-drop. But nothing really telling us to be in those colors. So I think we'll just take the Militia Rallier here. Another Piercing Light. We wield the Hook Hand Mariner too, so that's a pretty good sign for us. I think we'll take the Hook Hand here since we already have a Piercing Light. Otherwise, I'd probably take the first Piercing Light, but I think I'd take this over the second one. Since you don't want too many of this effect because it's a bit limited in what it can hit, and it's conditional on when you can use it as well. So yeah, not much here again. Yeah, this was the weak pack from before. Both the medium red cards are still in the pack, but I think I don't really like either of these white cards. We'll take the Aura just because it can be playable in certain decks. Griff Rider coming back around is a really good sign for us. Yeah, not worth really taking the rare. These cards are both okay, but not great. So it's looking like we're probably going to be in green-white. Yeah, we'll take the 2-drop. I think this is enough better than this that it's worth the extra mana there. Do we want a second one? I guess there's such a low chance we play the Fear of Death that I think we'll just pick up a second one of that. We're definitely not playing this. Okay, we get a blue mythic that's really very specifically only good in blue-black. A good black removal spell, but it's has black in its cost, so we're not really going to be able to splash that. A lot of blue cards in this pack. The green cards are pretty terrible. There's one decent white card. That's really about it. Not much we're looking to splash. I don't think this card's very good at all. So I guess we'll just take the white 2-drop here and probably wheel nothing. Yeah. I've had a bit of success with Investigator's Journal. You want your deck to be fairly slow for it to be good. Otherwise, we could take one of the 2 fixing cards, potentially, or 3 fixing cards potentially, if we're trying to splash black. I'm usually fairly high in Evolving Wilds because the decks usually end up with plenty of playables. That it's usually just fine to pick it up, and we're probably wheeling something from this pack. It's a decent amount that we want, but nothing is amazing for us. Like, this would be very good, but I think it's just worth picking up Evolving Wilds when you can. This is sort of fixing, but doesn't actually fix anything in our deck, so we're gonna ignore that. Could take another Grizzly Ritual for a splash. It's probably not worth splashing 2 colors, even though a Braid is better. Just because Evolving Wilds doesn't really effectively splash 2 colors, but the Weaver does. So we'd have to run several different off-color basics, which can get a bit tricky if we've got double colors in our mana base. So I think we probably take the other Grizzly Ritual, even though there's some reasonable 2-drops in here. We already have a lot of them, so it's really only just an upgrade over the Wolf. Then I think it's worth taking this. Another Weaver is a really good sign for us. So that allows us to splash this a lot easier, and we can sort of a bit more aggressively take some splashable cards. The Geist here is also really good, but I think this just gives our deck so much more consistency that we're going to want to pick it. We also want to ramp to the activated ability on this card. So I think we're going to take the Weaver here. Another Retribution's very solid. This is another really good card, but I think just a cheap, efficient removal spell or an expensive unconditional removal spell is very powerful. Again, lots of blue in this pack, but several of them aren't really that great. Some good black cards in this pack, but we're really not interested in playing any of them as they're all bad on a splash. I do want this, but I think Fierce Retribution is just too good to pass. Both of these cards are very good. I think with all our removal spells, we're probably looking to play more of a grindy game than an aggressive game, since this can only hit an attacking creature, and this game plan sort of puts them on the back foot, whereas incrementally getting some large creatures means that our opponent's more likely to be the beatdown, which is better if we have all of these cards in our deck. So I think we're going to take this and see how it goes. Another potential fixing card here, and which can also be a pump spell. I guess a buff enchantment, whichever. The white cards are all pretty mediocre. I like the wolf better than this, so there's no real point taking this card. Most vampires are either small enough to trade with 2-drops or have some sort of like menace or first strike, so I won't be able to block anyway. But I'm not sure if we're actually even going to play this. We'll keep it in the side for now. Getting a Drogshell Infantry this late's pretty good. This is one of the better 2-drop creatures. We may end up taking this out if we find we don't have enough life gain. But yeah, this is a fairly solid pickup for our deck. A lot of good red cards still in the pack. Both those vampires were very strong. So this is the one we opened that already didn't really have anything for us. I guess we take this. I don't think I have much interest in playing it though. It can be an okay sideboard card against certain decks, but this is a best of one draft, so that's not terribly relevant. I like the Honored Heirloom over this, so I think we're gonna pick this. We could take this, but we don't really have much self-mill, and our creature count isn't that heavy either. So I don't think it's likely to be very big. Here we have a bunch of stuff we're not playing. We'll just take this card because it could theoretically end up in our deck. That's a very late Geist. We're really happy to see that. We're gonna take that here. Just a bunch of nothing. Nothing wheeled there. This is interesting. We could fairly easily splash another color now that we've picked all this up. So I'm assuming we don't have any other frogs. I'm not. Yeah. So mills 3 cards. So basically, as long as this survives, we can keep recasting things as many times as we want. Oh no, it's only from our library, but So whenever it attacks, we essentially draw 3 cards, but it has to survive. I mean, it seems good. I don't know if it's worth splashing though. We'll try it. The rest of the cards in the pack didn't look amazing. Like, some of them are good, but they didn't look all amazing. So we have a rare in our color. Training. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you get a human with training. That seems really good. We have a couple high power creatures that trigger it very well. We can have ways to put counters on stuff to guarantee we're training later. This would also be a really good card for us. It's probably not going to wheel. There's really not much to wheel here for us, but this card's really good. We're definitely taking that. Oh wow, another very good rare in our colors. It's if you haven't played with it, it's deceptively powerful. There's basically always a mode that's useful. If you have any creatures on board, it's usually going to draw you a card. If not, it'll make it so it's very hard for your opponents to block. And then the worst case scenario, you're just gaining 3 life a turn, which is fine to keep your opponent from killing you while you're trying to draw more cards. So let's see here. Probably taking another Hookhand Mariner. Very good blocker, reasonable attacker. Really good with several of these rares, or the enchantments we have, as well as this this rare creature. Not too much else. We already have plenty of fixing. We're not really interested in a mulch. So the signpost uncommon for us seems fairly good. We have a reasonable amount of training. This would be another reasonable card for us, but I think the if you're in an archetype, taking the signpost uncommon is usually the correct thing to do. The rest of the cards are fine, but they're not better than this. I think probably we're not going to play this guy. We're already doing fairly well in our archetype. We can probably take this out if we're only splashing 2 of these. I think we have plenty of that. The Wolf Strike here seems good. We didn't end up with the one before, but now we have several werewolves that it's I think it's going to be easy enough for it to turn Knight. We can't do it too consistently in our deck, but we have several ways to do it, and most of our opponents are probably going to have at least a few cards that do it. So here it's either the Millipede or the Piercing Light, and I think we have enough big creatures that we don't need the Millipede, and we'll probably just take the Piercing Light, though I'm not sure we're actually going to play 2. And there's nothing else here we want. Yeah, this is just sort of a bad ramp card. And then a bunch more fixing. I don't think I want the 3rd Piercing Light. This is better than Massive Might, I think, but I'm not sure we're playing either. But we're going to pick this up because we already have everything else here. And the Scorpion Wheel, that was really good. That was the other card I was thinking of picking instead of the Frog, which is probably better than this guy. So I think we'll pick him up. We'll still need to cut, I believe, 1 card. So yeah, so as we expected, nothing wheel out of this pack. 2 cards I don't own, so I'll just grab this one. Yeah, we already have one of these. We'll just take this one since I only have 1. I don't think we're playing it though. Yeah, we definitely don't want to mulch. We have really no graveyard synergies. Very few disturb cards. We'll just take the uncommon for Vault Progress. Don't think we really want any of these, but we'll just grab one at random here. Okay, so we are we have 24 cards. We're gonna have to make 1 cut. I think I like playing 2 of the Grizzly Rituals because these are already great cards to play, and we have an Evolving Wilds. So even if we only play 1 swamp, we'll have 4 sources already. And the Bloods in the late game are just so powerful. Let me see, I like all of our 4s and 5s. I think yeah, this card's probably good enough. What's our creature count? We're at 15 creatures. So it's either one of our 2-drops or a Piercing Light, I think. Which sort of functions like a 2-drop. If you're a bit short on 2-drops, Piercing Light can make up for it, since most of the time your 2-drop just sort of trades with theirs. And if you miss your 2-drop, you can typically just kill their first attacker with a Piercing Light. So I think we're gonna cut 1 of these, which still leaves us with 4 creatures to play on turn 2, and then 4 different removal spells we can hold up early if they do attack. So we're not terribly unhappy to just kill an early creature with this, since we have 2 of them and we can draw 2 of these later, and then we're just going to be slamming big creatures afterwards to stabilize. So I think this is probably how we want to run it. I'm thinking we only run 1 swamp, just because our splash is 6 mana already. Yeah, we already have three sources of fixing. Let me see here, which means that we're gonna want slightly more green because we have several double green spells. Because yeah, we'll end up at an odd number. We'll have a swamp plus 15, so that makes it what, 8-7, I think. 7, and then yeah, and then 8 forests. Yeah, I think that's plenty of sources of each color. We do have a bit more white early, But we don't, I believe we don't ever need double white. So I think 7 should be enough there. Yeah, we'll try this out. I'm gonna update the description here. Spot right. Training. I think that's how it's spelled, right? It's 2 N's. Oh, it's 1 N. English is weird. Alright. So 0-0 here. I like our deck. I think our curve is very good. We have a few good rares, decent amount of removal spells. So I think as long as we draw well enough, our game should all be good. We don't have many answers for some of the big bombs in the format unless we save one of our 6-drop removal spells for it. And even then, 2 of them are sorcery speed, so if they get the demon out, we still just lose to that. But you'll be hard pressed to build a deck that can beat that. Alright, so this is where Piercing Light gets really good. We don't have the forest here, but we had several early drops and only needed 1 green, and the hand becomes fairly powerful, so that's why I decided to keep there. This costs 5 to activate, so we are going to kill it and then hopefully try and scry into a forest. I mean, that adds green mana, but we need green mana to use it, so we're going to bottom it. There we go. We'll start with this since it can attack in case they don't play a 3-drop. And then this will block really easily whatever they play. Okay, so they're just doing nothing here. Might as well give this Death Touch. I don't think there's any point not to play this pre-combat. I'm not sure what flash creatures they could have. I don't think there's much in this color, but we weren't really doing anything else. We'll start putting counters here, I think. Make it so that this is the creature they have to kill, so that we'll still have value on the disturb, and when it comes to blocking, this has functionally infinite power already, so there's not much point putting counters here. Yeah, but now what we can do, we can give, let's see, a counter here, and then also, actually that's probably not correct. I probably shouldn't have done that, because I think I actually want to do this instead. I was thinking we could +1/+1 and trample our creatures, although they are still stuck on 2 mana. Yeah, so we're gonna just try and kill them. Yeah, I was debating whether or not to draw a card there. That would usually be my play, but I think since they're stuck on just straight up no castables, yeah, I guess that was the correct play then. Yeah, if they did hit their land drop last turn, then I think we put a counter on the white creature and draw a card instead. Let them trade with the Scorpion if they want. But then we're gonna get in for 4, and if they don't, and even if they remove that, we're still way ahead because we have 2 really good enchantments on the board, just gaining us value every turn. So that was a really fast game 1, up to 1-0 now. Alright, all of our colors here. Yeah, as long as our opponent doesn't play a 1-drop, we'll just Evolving Wilds on the first turn, grab a forest since we have several double green cards. And then that gives us basically all the mana we'll need. So, yeah, I think this hand's really good. Several early plays, and then a very strong 4-drop to follow it up with. A lot of the time this is just a 4-mana 4/4, but that's still fine. I'm just going to fetch now. I don't think there's any reason not to. There's no reason we'd want to fetch another color, because we're just playing this next turn. And then probably a Scorpion. Unless they have a first strike creature, no. And yeah, this can't even hit that, so we'll throw in a Scorpion. And then yeah, we're just gonna start curving them out, turn 3, turn 4. Nothing with counters on it yet, so this currently won't do anything, but yeah, we'll block here. That's fine. I think 3/3 and 4/4 is gonna be big enough to block most of the stuff from here forward. Yeah, so even if they trigger that, this will still trade with it. So we'll throw this down. If they do pump it to 3/3 though, I'm not gonna block because this creature will blanket next turn. Yeah. Yeah, we'll take the 3 here. Oh, okay, they're not attacking. That's fine then too. So they can give that flying. Yeah, so I think we're gonna have to hold this up to kill that in response to the training then. Nope, not much point playing our swamp yet. That probably just reveals to them that we're playing the 6-drop removal spell or some rare, as those are the most likely splash targets. So giving that flying. Didn't train it though. I'm gonna do this now and just. I guess I should have let him pay 2 first. Now that I think about it. Okay, yeah. So he had that anyway. Bottom that. He's definitely still gonna fly this. But we still traded card for a card. We just took a bit of damage that we didn't necessarily need to. So we don't have any ways to put counters on creatures. We're mana short of being able to also cast this if we untap this, I believe. So we're going to yeah. So we're just gonna attack with everything. Yeah, then we don't have enough mana there, so we're just gonna untap our largest creature. Just to force them to fly their creature. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so next turn we could flip this. We could even attack with this as well, which is really good. Chose not to fly it. So they've got it. That's got to mean it's the +2/+2 indestructible then, so no blocks. I'm not sure how they're gonna. Yeah, but we still get to attack them for 8. But then they can still fly this, which will have them coming in at us for 9. I guess they're not necessarily forced to block that. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 and have trample and haste. So if we attack with everybody, this will be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with trample. If they block here, it's 8. It's 11. Yeah, so I think we just this doesn't have trample. I think we just transform this and attack. And just look to chump block with this. I think that's the play. I guess we could have attacked first. Because if we attack first and then we can always not transform, I suppose. Yeah. As long as they don't have a removal spell here, we win. That might have been a risky play though. Because we could have held both of these up and then transform this on end step instead. Which would have left them at 9, but then this gets haste. Hard to say. Because this way we're gonna have to chump block this probably. And we believe that they have an adamant will. Oh, did they just have they just had nothing? Oh, okay, that was an interesting attack then. Yeah. That was really good on them. They didn't have the pump spell and just assume I'd play around it. That was really good. But it didn't seem like they had well, I think they could have survived there. I'm not sure why. I'm pretty sure they could have. Oh. I guess they didn't know I had the creature in my hand. That would have been lethal, but they didn't know that. I think they could have survived with what was on board. So they were at 5. I was coming in for 8, and then that was going to transform, so that's 15. Yeah, they had at least 10 toughness. They could have survived and killed my big creature. Probably the rest of my board as well. Oh well. So what do we... Oh yeah, so record 2 and 0 now. Update that. Not 32 and 0, 2 and 0. Yeah, this is great. 2, 3, potentially turn 4. We'll keep this. And on the play as well, yeah, ramping into a early 5-drop on the play is very powerful. Yeah, so we have the land, so that means we'll be able to play this on turn 4, and then hopefully draw some other stuff to follow it up. Are we attacking here? I think yes. 1 free damage, cool. Because they can attack into here. And I think I'm fine trading with that because in black-red it's really easy to flip because you have so many blood tokens. Are they attacking here? Okay. No attacks, no other plays. So killing that but not attacking. I assume that means they're intending to block. Huh. But they haven't played anything that has blood yet. And that I'm not going to attack now. Because I think, yeah, they must believe that trading with this is advantageous. So they probably have a good creature here. That's not really doing anything at the moment. Which means I think I go... Yeah, so I have to attack with both in order to attack with this. We'll untap this one. Since it blocks well. So they're not blocking. We'll throw down a big flyer. They'll need some sort of haze creature to be able to do anything with this. Like that one. Okay, but we can still just double block this though to prevent them from drawing a card. Till end of turn. I think it's still worth double blocking. They'll kill this one, but I think that's fine. Then they still have just a small creature that can't get through this, and then we can also kill it. So that's really good. So we will once again attack with both creatures, untap this one. Because we want to get in damage, and this is their creatures have trample, so this doesn't really do much. And we can also currently kill his 2/2 with this. So we'll play this big guy, hold up a piercing light. There's likely not much they can do here to trigger this. And I think we just want to keep being aggressive. Okay, that's really good, but they still can't attack. Okay, yeah. So I think then we will attack with both creatures again, untap this one. Yeah, not too much point with them blocking this at the moment because they just want to be able to attack us. Having another creature down is going to be okay. We need to find an enchantment to do this. We found our black source at least. We'll have to remember to fetch this before we cast the piercing light, otherwise we waste the scry. So you get a blood token, yeah, and this is only combat damage, I believe. Yeah. Okay, yeah, attacking there means definitely sure strike, which would have been really great for us because we get 2 from them. So they definitely don't have a sure strike. Otherwise, that would be an easy attack. We'll grab the swamp, and then hope to draw some sort of non-land. It is a non-land. I guess, yeah, I think we still attack. We can piercing light to finish this off if it blocks one of these. And then we can play this after. So I think we still actually just attack with everybody. Untap this one. Because we could save the piercing light to deal with one of their attackers, but they don't have the sure strike. Okay, yeah, so they're doing that. So we will hold full control, let damage happen first, and then piercing light this. Just to make sure that they can't get us with some sort of pump spell. Turn off full control now. Since it's still a blocking creature after damage is dealt. Oh my. They just straight 3 colors. So they're definitely, like, they have several double black cards. This is not worth splashing. So they're just straight 3 colors. I don't agree. I think that's not good. I guess we don't have any cards in the hand. Doesn't matter what mana we hold up. Alright, that's pretty good. Yeah, I can't cast either of these, but he has one more removal spell that he can point at this, then we can't attack anymore, but we currently have lethal on board, which is really good. They finally found their white. Oh, okay, that's pretty reasonable. Are they okay? Yeah, so we'll throw this down. They can't really. I guess it doesn't really matter where we put it. We'll throw it here since this flips this faster. I assume they're gonna double block this one, which we can then piercing light, and they don't have a board anymore. Yep. Kill one of these. I mean it's a creature, so okay, yeah. Yeah, there wasn't much of a way they were coming back from that. I mean they could, if they drew a removal spell on the wolf, I can't attack anymore. But and they had 2 bloods, so I think they should have stuck it out. I was gonna make 2 1/1s the following turn and they're at 1, but they still could have got something. Especially with the 2 bloods, they had 3 draws there. So up to 3 and 0 now. This is turning out pretty good. Yeah, our drafts go a lot better when we don't draft blue, it seems. I think we're just gonna try and ignore blue where possible. It's should check the stats on it from my tracker, but I think blue's probably my lowest win rate color. This hand is it has some very powerful enchantments, but it currently has no castables. Well, if we draw a single plains, it's very powerful though, because this synergizes together, we can kill one of their creatures. It's risky, but I think I'm gonna keep. I mean, more lands isn't the worst. What we're looking for is a plains or some cheap green cards. I mean, that's neither of them. I think a lot of the draws in their deck are live right now, but this is definitely not. Okay, so they're a bit of a slower deck. As long as they don't have an exploit next turn, we're good. But they do get to scry too. At least they're stuck on colors, it seems. Yeah, so bottom both bodes very well for us. We got the creature, that's really good. We can start giving it counters, which means that we might be able to draw a card with this the following turn. So still just blue. He could have, yeah, that's what I was going to say, the draw card scry. So that's pretty good. He's not attacking this turn, but we can at least trade with this. He got some good value of 3 scries and a card draw off that exchange though, but I think we still play this just because it's more mana efficient. Even though this could trade here. Because yeah, because then we can play this the following turn and start making it very large. But he could remove. No, I'm gonna play this because he could unsummon this or something. He does seem to have priority, so that definitely could be what it is. So this allows us to at least trade here, because yeah, it's very dangerous if he has some sort of removal spell here. He just gets to crack us for 7, and then we don't have much of a follow up. So we need pretty badly to draw plains here now. The hand hasn't worked out terribly well for us, but our opponent did have a very high synergy start. So that's really good. But if we can... Okay, no attacks at all is interesting. So now the question is, which one of these do we play? I think this one's just too risky of a play. But they're probably going to counter whatever we play. So it probably doesn't matter too much. But if they don't have the counterspell, this is a much better play. And if they do have the counterspell, it's either of them getting countered as bad. Yeah, syncopate. But yeah, we still have the blocks on both of these creatures, which is good. They didn't do anything about it the previous turn, so that 1 mana that they had up must have just been syncopate for 0. So that's good to know. Okay. So that hampers my blocks a lot. I can at least trade here. But they have plenty of islands to start making this unblockable every turn, which means we're gonna really have to draw the plains. A swamp wouldn't be awful either because we could go make this generate us 3 mana. Okay, so now we're kind of dead. They're gonna hit us for 6 and then start being able to unblockable this, and this is just not doing anything here. Yeah, but since they had this, the even if the 4/4 resolved, it wasn't doing too much. Okay, yeah, that's very good. Now, yeah, I don't think there's a way for us to come back now. Our draws were poor, but we kept a hand that required good draws, so it's definitely on us that we lost here. So I'm not too upset about it. It was a risky hand with the potential for a high payoff, but it just didn't work out. Yeah, so we are dead. And it's possible our deck's good enough that we can just mulligan a few times, and it has the consistency to just have really good 5s and 6s, and we don't need to keep risky hands. Got a space here in the description. That's better. Have to add a space before and after the these descriptions here. Otherwise, it cuts it off really bad. Don't know why. What if there's a setting for that? Alright, yeah, this hand's great. It's not having a 2-drop is fine since we're on the play. And as long as this doesn't die, we're just gonna curve into gas all game. Wants a white something. They're bronze. Wow. So they're. Although I guess in draft, it pairs you a bit more on record than rank. So being at a lower rank means it's a lot easier to do well in draft. Since you're like if you're bronze, it's not gonna pair you with a mythic, but it does still attempt to pair you based on record and rank if possible, but can't always do that. So this up for 2 mana, which means we could play both of these. I think that's enough better than this that I'm gonna do it. We can start training this right away, and then that flips this back, but that's not a big deal because we can throw this down and just start getting in there with the +1/+1 and trample. If we draw land, it's really good. Oh, okay, that's even better for us then. That they just flipped it back. So I have to assume they have something that can kill an attacking creature, right? That's about the only thing that makes sense. Making something add triple green doesn't actually allow us to cast anything else. So I think, yeah. So they're definitely killing this on attacks. So I think that means we just draw a card with this, because we have 2 things that can trigger it, and so they're unlikely to be able to deal with both. That's annoying, but still getting it for quite a lot of damage. We didn't double spell this turn, so these things stay nighttime, which is really good. They have nothing again. I guess we just attack with everybody, let him kill this. We hit him for 6 and play another 4/4. I guess 6/4 actually. Since it'll come down on the night side. Yeah, that's what I assumed was there. I still think that was a better play for them last turn. It doesn't really matter if we draw a card. Oh, they had two of them. Oh, that's very powerful. This still gets the counter though. We'll follow it up with another big creature. Yeah, I think this was a better play last turn. I don't know. Okay, so they don't have any profitable blocks. I think we put this down to attempt to transform it the following turn. Put a counter here. Attack with both. This will go up to 4 power. Because this can't be blocked. So they have to chump block here. Yeah, and then the following turn we'll be able to also attack with this and have 3 lethal attackers. The other play was to do this, but they could theoretically have a board wipe. So we don't have enough mana to... Okay, never mind. Yeah, we had lethal anyway there, so it didn't matter if we had enough mana for the Grizzly Ritual. I was thinking he gained 6 life, but it's only other creature. So we'll be hopefully plat after the next game. One more win and we get there. Which judging by the record so far, we'll get there. But let's re-roll one of these quests. Okay, so we should be able to complete these all today. Oops. Premier draft, play. So we've got three more wins to have. Should complete at least 2 of those quests, and then might have time for one more draft, I think, after this. These games have been going pretty quick. So we're mana short, but we have 2 drops. If we can get one land, we're in very good shape. Be able to curve into this early, potentially. If we draw 2 lands, is very powerful, and being on the draw means we're more likely to do that. And even if we don't, we have several playables, which is fine. Okay. We'll throw this down first because it's more, it's better to trade with it because then you get value in the graveyard. So we're drawing more castables, but still really badly need to land this next turn. What do they have that they're thinking about casting? It has to be something that can only target creatures because they didn't have Party Will. It was on the stack. Some sort of like unsummon effect or Adamant Will, maybe. I'm assuming is what it is. Okay, 3/3. That's good. Yeah, didn't draw the land unfortunately here, but we can at least play a Death Touch or an attack with this. I'm fine if they trade because we'll still have the enchantment in the graveyard. And then a Death Toucher back to block later. Because I think we just want to trade with their creatures as much as possible to give us time to get to our bigger stuff. And then we could even attack with this because if we don't draw the land, because we have some backup to kill their attacking creatures. And I don't think they're gonna. I think they're just gonna take the 1 and not block, but it'll depend what they play. So we'll see. They're thinking pretty hard on their turn 4. Okay, so just a 2/2, which means this kills it, but and this doesn't block anyway, so we're gonna attack. We would really like them to block. Oh yeah, that's fine though. We could do this, but we're definitely in need of more mana. Hopefully they don't have a removal spell for this. I think most of white and blue is just enchantments that reduce their power, make it so they can't attack or block, but we'll still be able to use the mana, which is good. It's usually 6 mana before they can actually kill something, otherwise they're just bouncing it. Okay, so they've got some good flyers here. Interesting. So we'll be able to Piercing Light something, presumably. Yeah. So we can play... Well, actually we could even play nothing and flip this, but I don't think that's worth it. So what we're going to do is attack here. There's no way they block, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. This is super telegraphing what we have, but we don't want them to be able to remove this. they equip this to... I'm assuming they're going to equip this here. I think we're still killing this one, though. Because the training's still going to trigger. But this can give stuff flying. It's hard to say. I guess we'll kill the... Kill something after. Yeah, we're gonna kill this one just so that they stop training. Presumably, unless they have something. We're gonna grab a swamp with this because we have the white mana already. We don't really need more than one plains. We already have this. Okay, yeah. So they're just gonna unsummon their own creature. So it's good that we did it on this, because then otherwise they'd get some benefits of having the counters on them. And re-equipping isn't really much of a cost since they have so much mana and nothing in their hand. This is an option. I almost like just doing nothing here, but doing this means this can't attack, so this might actually be better. They're gonna cast a spell and keep it daytime next turn, but they might run out soon. Can't attack alone. We're gonna attack. We're fine if they block, but they can't attack us. So unless they have a haste creature, but they're not gonna have that in those colors, so we're not worried about that. But on the big one, now you can't train. I think we pass because then we can. Wolf Strike's really good on these since they're 3/4s, and then we can kill this. We're still attacking with this though. Very low chance they block, I think. 1 damage just doesn't matter to them. But now we have 3/4s, so this can't really attack. And then we can kill this with this. Yeah, we did. We could have played some other stuff and still held this up, but I wanted to flip it to night. No blocks. Destroy target attacking creature. Let's see what they have here. I think in response to that we're gonna actually no, we want to kill this one. They might actually be exploiting this creature. We'll let that resolve. And then we'll Wolf Strike after. Because it's a big of a 5/4 and kill that. Okay. Yeah, so they're not exploiting then. Wolf Strike +2. Oh, it's not actually a fight. Oh, it's just to deal damage. I thought this one was a fight. It's so hard to remember. We can blood, but we won't. Tap this. I think we probably want to do this and then draw a card. But we could also just attack with everything and play a 4/4. They currently can't attack us. And then potentially follow it up with +1/+1 and trample next turn. Yeah, this is probably better. They could have a board wipe, but that's no big deal. This doesn't do anything now that our creatures are gonna have trample. It does block this, but we're still coming in for a lot. Yeah, that's good. So that just means we don't have to tap any of our guys. So they have priority. But I don't think it matters too much. Next. +1/+1 and trample. And we will attack with everybody, even though this can kill that. Because they die. Like that. So up to platinum now. 5-1 record. I think we can hit 7 with this one. Turn this up a little. That's a bit better. Ooh. I thought we already had 4 of these. I guess not though. Keep updating the record to 5-4. Updating the camera. Echo moved out of the way. There it is. Just sending a quick message here after we... we'll keep... just had a message here. Yeah. So we're a bit low on lands, but we have a decent amount of early plays at least, which is really good. Okay, I probably shouldn't even be using these. Oh, I guess this is my opponent. I should probably turn off the arts on most of my stuff though, because I can never remember the what any of these cards do. So it's a bit unfortunate that we can't do this and hold this up. So I think we'll play this and then look to attack next turn. This only hits attacking creatures and not blocking creatures, which is a bit unfortunate. If they attack us here, we're just not doing anything, and we're gonna attempt to start putting counters on this, and then potentially playing this if we draw a land, but otherwise. Oh, okay. So in that case, well, they can't actually play anything this turn, right? Because they have to actually spend mana on it. Till end of turn. They play, but they already played land. Yeah, okay, no blocks. Is that a land? Okay, yeah, but now we are just gonna kill them. Yeah, I don't really care if they attack us and draw a card here. We have them just on nearly lethal. And we don't have many, yeah, because that's not gonna work, because it's only this turn. Most of our removal spells only hit attacking creatures, so they're not getting value off this. Why play the land first? So this guy's the 1/3. So that means that we can put throw this down, put this here, and then I can't properly block any of our creatures, and then we can piercing light this on attacks. No blocks. Okay. Just going down to 2, hoping to draw something off my deck then? I guess so, yeah. Trying to draw a removal spell for me is probably the technically best line. But that's not the... yeah, I don't know about that. Like, they've got to have a way to sack it then, right? That's the only way that makes sense, I think. Nothing they can cast there. We can just... So we don't have quite enough mana to do that, but we can just kill one of their creatures. Put a counter on my trample creature, and then, yep, okay. Gets there. Easy peasy. Yeah, even if we didn't draw the land for the 4/4 there, I think we're good to attack and just kill their 2/1 when it cracks back at us. Almost finished all these quests. Hopefully only one game left to play in this. Get up to 7 wins, and then we'll have time for one more draft, I think. Echo's pretty settled. He's not going to need a walk for at least an hour. He's all tuckered out from the weekend's activities. Yeah, this hand seems pretty good. We're not quite curving, but looks good. I think we're gonna play this first since we can't train this right away anyway, unless we draw a 3-drop. If we're expecting to draw a 3-drop, this is better. If he pays 2 mana to hit us for 3 here, I think that's good for us. So I don't think we want to play the Scorpion. I think we're gonna play this one. It just attacks for more, and we're not sad if they kill it. It's kind of annoying if they kill it with that, but I think these are still higher value creatures even without the even if you assume the disturb is sticking around. So here we probably play the white one just for the just to make it easier to double spell if we don't draw the planes. But if we do draw the land, I think we're just playing the hook hand. So we're not blocking. Not gonna let him spend 2 mana to kill our creature for free. Menace creature. So it's currently daytime. We have to cast spells. So we'll throw this down. Yeah, I guess we could have passed and did this here. But putting it to night isn't terribly high value in our deck, and they definitely appear to be a werewolf deck. Red and green, and even playing actual wolves. Okay, that's a bit annoying for us. We don't really want to double block because it kills both of our creatures. And then we're yeah, if we don't block though and we don't draw the land, we just sort of have to pass into this. And this is going to get another counter, and this isn't going to be a profitable double block anyway. Yeah, whereas at least this way, a land stabilizes us. Yeah. Whereas, yeah, if that creature was alive, and we drew the land and played this, it would have been a 4 or 5, which means we would have had to make that block next turn anyway. Yeah, this is very powerful. We're going to have to kill that with this. Yeah, because it'll be a 5/5, but we don't want to pass either. It's only attacking creatures. Do we let it become night? This is just not trading. They'll be able to hit us for so much. Is this? Oh, but that would become 6 power then, and flip, or 6 toughness then, and flip this because it gains +1/+1 for nighttime. But they're gonna be able to do that anyway. We're gonna play this to delay this for a turn, I think. If they attack, we'll let them hit us, and then if we draw land, we can still keep it daytime. Or if we draw like a 2-drop or something, that would be 2 or 3-drop. That would also be good. I think most of the draws in our deck are pretty good. We definitely don't want to block here because it'll kill both of our creatures. We will block this though. Yeah. Yeah, if they have to have like a Sure Strike or something, I think. Does that maybe block with both? Pump plus Sure Strike is only 6. No, we'll make them use the Sure Strike. We could double block, but then they could trade with this by only pumping. But if it's not a Sure Strike and it's just a shock or something, we yeah, okay. So it would have been better to double block here, but if it's but I think there's too many ways to get punished for that. So this is annoying, but we at least get to kill kill this and this. So we're gonna declare no attacks and look to block here. I think. Yeah, because this will be dead by that time. That's kind of annoying, but not. Yeah, we're looking to block here anyway, so it doesn't really matter. They just won't have to pump is all. Oh no, yes. Oh, but that doesn't flip then. So if we then go... Okay, we'll block here. See if they pump to keep it alive, and then we'll kill both their creatures. And then that way this isn't gonna flip anymore. Because it's the targeted creature that has to have the 6 toughness, not just any creature. Yeah, so them not flipping this was really good for us. Just to try and get in for free with that that creature. So I still don't think we can attack though. We're gonna have to trade here. Maybe we should have held this so that we draw a swamp, we can discard the plains, but I don't know. Yeah, so we're definitely blocking here. If we can. Oh, yeah, they're not letting us. We're gonna have some good draws here really quick. Is there... yeah, okay. So that would have been then good to save the plains. We're gonna kill this one because it's technically a 3/3. Because they have plenty of mana anyway. Yeah. And I guess, yeah, having the Bloods here is going to be really good, though, because if we don't draw a good card, we'll decide to draw a good card instead. Like that. We'll do this. We'll leave up the Swamp first, in case we draw another Grizzly Savage. Okay, I mean, that kills one of their creatures and scries this one, so I think that's... If they draw a Wolf here, though, it's not going to do it. No blocks. Hopefully go to 2, scry that to the bottom, and then we're going to need to draw something to do with this. And just hope they don't draw any more creatures. Okay. But that's a 3/4 and would have to chump block. Are we better off looting it? That's hard to say. I think we have to loot it. Chump blocking anyway. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, they got us then. 6 and 2. Yeah, they had a really good curve there, and we just did not. I'm not sure if we could have played differently to make that any better, but yeah, I think they just curved a bit better and then drew more threats at the end. But yeah, so this is the last game either way, win or lose. 6 wins is still fine, but I'd like to get it up to 7. Oh, our music stopped. I should start that back up again. Where did that go? Yes. Let's skip to the next song. Yeah, that seems good. Still have plenty in the playlist. Alrighty. Here we go. Final game of the draft. And this is not a hand we're keeping. Ugh. This hand's better. 1 land and it's really good. I don't think I want to mull to 5. I'm just gonna hope to hit 1 land. The color doesn't matter at least, so I think we're at a reasonable shot to do it. And if we miss 1 turn of it, it's not a big deal. Okay, that's really good. That's important. Yeah, because hitting the 1 land allows us to do this into this, which is very powerful. And then probably pass to make it night and just hold up removal spells. But now the question is, which one of the 4s do we play? It's probably this one, because I think we want to... This activated ability and triggered ability aren't doing anything right now. And it might become night over the next few turns since we have instants we want to play on our opponent's turn. Protection from vampires? Okay. So yeah, so we can play a creature and still hold this up, which is very powerful. Yeah, as I said, we're going to throw that on the werewolf in case they don't play anything. We're not going to attack, just so that we can piercing light. That does telegraph it a bit, but I think that's fine. We just want to be able to kill that. Okay, so it's going to become a 2/2. We'll have to, yeah. We'll have to try and do this. They might be able to pump it, which is kind of annoying, and then they'll get a counter here. Okay, that's really good for us. We're gonna bottom that, even though we do sort of need 6 mana for this, but we really only need 1 mana for the rest of the game, so we're definitely bottoming it. Because we don't need to draw it anytime soon. I did it anyway. Alright. They didn't have the pump spell to defend this, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's correct to attack here, I think. We're gonna play a land and then attack with just this. And if for some reason they save the Adamant Will, then we can kill this in response. Because we can pay the cleave cost. But otherwise we're gonna play this and pass the turn. Yeah. And then be able to hold this up if they attack with any sort of effect. They can enchant this here to make it a bit bigger, which would be pretty good. But then we get rid of it and just have 10 power on board against their nothing. So I don't think this is a good play for them. It doesn't look like they hit their 5th land drop anyway, so it doesn't matter. They're gonna need some removal spells really badly, but not that. So now again we can attack with both of these, and if they double block we kill one of their creatures. This is also very good. Yeah, so we attack with both of these. We'll use some sort of removal spell depending on what they do. They're doing nothing. In that case, we just pass. Yeah, we'll pass. Make our creatures bigger, turn this on, and then we can also still use this if they attack. So this triggers that, but neither of them can attack through this. Although I guess putting this on here makes it a 4/3, in which case we'll block, they'll try and do something, and then we'll kill it. And then after that, we can Wolf Strike to finish off one of their other creatures. That is fine. We'll see what they target, but I don't think there's much of a reason to do this in response, because it is just a punch. Yes. Well, we'll wait until see how they attack first. I'm assuming this is probably gonna pump this to make both of these 4 power. Yep, that makes sense. And then if they attack with both, we win. But they might just attack with this one, because there's no point hitting in for 4 if this doesn't have lifelink. Yeah, so we're just going to destroy target attacking creature. Don't let them gain the life, and then we're going to kill this. Like that. And then we should be able to just attack for lethal, I think. I guess not quite. They can chump block here, but that still basically wins the game, I think. If we waited till our turn for the Wolf Strike, we would have had lethal, because we would have had 2 power. Yeah, I hadn't considered that. So we technically missed lethal there, but I think we're still in very good shape here. They're at 2, and we have 3 large lethal attackers. They need specifically a board wipe to come back from this, which would feel really bad since we had lethal. But they're thinking, so they almost certainly don't have it, because otherwise they would just slam it. They'd gain a life and then slam it. You may pay 2 and draw a card. Yeah, there's no point in that. So this already can't be blocked, so they need something else. Like lifelinking this doesn't do anything because this creature's unblockable. They probably should have sacked a blood if they don't have anything in their hand to deal with this. So they just have nothing. So attacking with this just kills them. I mean, attacking with everybody kills them too, because they can only gain 3. Oh, he transferred it back to day, right? Duh. I don't know why I did not notice that. This has trample and lifelink. Target you control with a counter gains trample and lifelink. Okay. So we do that. That should be enough then. Give both of these trample and lifelink. Coming in for 9. They have 4 toughness plus 3. Plus 3 lifelink. That should be just enough. So we do that. This gains trample and lifelink, and we pay 3 to give this trample and lifelink. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Which means we can attack with only these 2. Because we have to hold up a mana with this. So probably block, and then we activate here. Yep. Yep. Activate target. Assuming I did the math correctly, they're blocking 4, gaining 3, but we're coming in for 9. That shouldn't matter. And then getting 3 up to 0. Perfect. Alright. Add Exaxes. Yeah, they were almost able to stabilize after we missed lethal, but then we had lethal again, so it's fine. So finish that one at 7-2.